So from the main screen, you have to click New Project, and now you give a name for the new project. Okay, so I'm going to name it Chapter 2, and hyphen. SAS sometimes mistakes hyphen for a minus sign, so sometimes it may give you some trouble. So avoid using hyphens in the names. Okay. Project 1 or something, I don't know. Project 1. Okay. And then you have to specify where that project has to be saved. So that's this. Browse. Okay. Now browse to the folder that I asked you to create, which is in Documents, MGT 4270. Okay. So now click Next, and it tells you what it's going to do. So there are two steps to this process. First step is where you specify the name and the path. So the step 2 is to make sure that that's what you want, then finish. Okay. So now you have a project created. What's actually happened is, if you go to the MGT 4270 folder in Windows Explorer, you'll see that this has created a folder here with the same name as what we gave as name for the project, right? And then if you go into the folder, and you see a bunch of subfolders, okay, where SAS Minor saves intermediate stuff as we keep doing our project. So this is where it will save. So which means in SAS Minor, you don't have to do save at all. As you keep working, your stuff gets saved into these folders. Okay, there is no save as or save or anything in SAS Minor. So the project here, that's the name. If if you're not in SAS Minor, if you go and double click this will launch SAS Minor and bring the project into it. But anyway, so we're not going to do that now. So now here is the project, and when you have the project open, there are three basic things that you have to do as a kind of a housekeeping thing. All right. So one is to set up a library. A library is a path to where data files are. Okay. And the library is for SAS data files, not for Excel or other data sources. So, create. Okay, so if you click this down arrow, I think you can do this from File also. So from File, if you say New, so it will give you a bunch of stuff that you can choose from, or you can click the down arrow here and you can select Library. Okay. Now we have Create Library. If you already have libraries created, you have options for either deleting the library or modifying the path for the library. We don't have any right now, so we're going to create one. So click Next. So now give a name, and there are some naming rules. I think you can have like 8 characters. You can't start with a number and that kind of stuff. So we will say MGT 427. Okay. And then you have to browse to the path. Yeah. So documents. So that's the path. All right. Now under options, you can specify whether you want it to be read only and so on. But No, we are not going to. Okay, so we will just accept the defaults. Click next. So now it tells you what it's going to do in step 3. So create a new library, the name and the engine, and then the path. Okay, now click finish. So that will create a library for you. Then it will be available for you later on when you want to access data sources. Okay. Then the next housekeeping thing that you have to do is to create a diagram. So you can have several diagrams at a time in a project. So you can right click and select create diagram, or you can click the down arrow and select diagram, or file new diagram, or control shift T. So lots of different ways. And then give a name. I'm going to do chapter 2, project 1, or something like that. Okay. So now that will create a diagram for you, and this is where you will do the work.